Hey folks, Nathan here. This isn't really part of any particular series or anything, but I thought that I would share a quick recommendation for you. I usually don't promote things by others on the channel, partially because it's usually stuff that I'm not really, knowledgeable enough about to feel that I should promote it. Sometimes it's because of stuff that just doesn't seem to fit sort of what my audience is looking for. For example, every once in a while I'll have somebody say, promote my fan film. What does this channel have to do at all with fan films? That sort of thing. But Justin Berger, who is the guy who actually is the administrator and creator of the Star Wars Home Video Facebook group over on, well, Facebook, right? Star Wars Home Video is what to search for if you're looking for it, which I also moderate, has put out a new edition of a book that he initially put out in 2019. In late 2019, he put out the paperback version of this book here. The Empire Strikes Back, Unauthorized Timeline, 1975 to 2020. A comprehensive reference to the greatest movie sequel of all time, right? Has a bunch of stuff on the back. Just to give you a sense of what this is about, it says, celebrating 40 years of The Empire Strikes Back. On May 21st, 1980, the world was introduced to the most highly anticipated film sequel of all time, The Empire Strikes Back. This book contains the most comprehensive collection of dates ever assembled relating to all things Empire, including pre- and post-production, theatrical release dates, marketing and promotional campaigns, special events, books, comics and magazines, television programs, toys and games, documents and contracts, conceptual art, and more. Explore the history of this epic film and get an overview of not only the production and release, but also the marketing, promotion, and legacy of Empire. From early conceptual artwork in 1975 by Ralph McQuarrie to Kenner's toy line in the early 1980s, and through 1997's special edition re-release, all the way up to 2020's 40th anniversary of the movie's original theatrical premiere. The ultimate unauthorized reference guide for even the most hardcore Star Wars fan. And it has a little sticker thing like the old toys that says, includes exclusive photos shot by original Kenner photographer Kim D.M. Simmons. Now, this is from Anchorhead Publishing. This original version was this black and white paperback release. As you can see, it's formatted like a timeline. You've got all kinds of information in there, great images and all. This was a little over 320 pages long. Then in 2020, he put out a collector's edition version of it with some slight updating to it along the way, which in this case was in full color. Nice stuff there. So paperback, full color, kind of reminds me in a sense the difference between these two of, and I think it's because they use the same publishing service, between the paperback color edition, the standard color edition of a Saga on Home Video 2nd edition, versus the hardbacks with premium color interior, right? So standard color, except in this case standard paper, black and white, so more like the first edition, but similar in style of the paper. And then the little bit more glossy paper to some degree here with the bright, vibrant colors here. So here at the end of 2021, he has put out a hardback edition with some tweaks from that original paperback here of that book. Really nice looking hardback. It's one of those case laminate, just like a Saga on Home Video 2nd edition is. In his case, he went with an interior that was like the original version in 2019, which is the grayscale photos to keep the costs down. We've talked about how high that made the cost of the individual volumes of the Saga on Home Video 2nd edition. So for something that is more focused on the timeline information than the images, though these are really nice quality images, that does allow the price to be kept down for still a quality item here. So I just want to point this out for those who hadn't picked this up before. If you're interested in The Empire Strikes Back, this is a really, really well done timeline thing. And understand, I'm coming at this from a timeline guy perspective, right? I did the Star Wars Timeline Gold for 20 years, 1997 up until, retiring from it in 2018, right before my son was born. So looking at this, for me to say, not only is it interesting, but it works well as a timeline to really take you through the process of the development and the legacy of The Empire Strikes Back. Hopefully that means something to those of you who know about my own timelining roots. I've really enjoyed it, and because Justin has been such a big supporter of mine and allowing me, to have such a role in his Star Wars Home Video group as a moderator and with others there, I did want to recommend this. I would have recommended it either way at some point, but I figured, a separate video to recommend it would not be amiss for something like this. So you can check it out on Amazon, The Empire Strikes Back, Unauthorized Timeline, 1975 to 2020 by Justin Berger. And no, he did not put me up to this. I don't even know what his reaction will be to seeing that I have done a video specifically on this, but definitely worth your time if you're interested in Empire. So with that, we'll wrap up this promotional episode, whatever this is. Thank you for watching. May the Force be with the readers. How's that for a callback to an old series?